Welcome, everyone, to Couch Potatoes and Sports Tragics again. We've got Jetsetter Jordan in the background again.
Yeah, completely grounded today.
Completely grounded.
Yeah. I only went to Brisbane on the weekend.
You've been a bad, bad boy.
I have.
Grounded.
I have. That's right. I own that shit.
You do?
Oh, yeah.
Right.
Yeah, I can't.
You were the one with in the dunce's hat in the corner?
I never say that I'm anything different.
Yeah?
People can make up whatever they think.
Well, no, I'm sure.
I think you've worked it out.
I have. We're going to talk...
Can't get anything past you, can we, mate?
No, mate, we can't.
Sharp as.
As a blunt instrument.
Yeah. Sharp as, not the sharpest tool in the shed, what is it? Is that it?
That's the one.
Yeah.
That's the one.
A couple of cans short? I don't think so.
Yeah. Too many bloody kangaroos out in the paddock. Yeah. We're going to be talking about the Olympics. It's 2 days into the Olympics.
Gee, we didn't even have to do a guessing competition for that, did we?
No, we didn't.
It'd be pretty easy to work out.
Yep, absolutely. And we'll get this one out as fast as we can.
It has been exciting.
Well,
I have to say.
I do love the swimming.
Well,
there's always tension in the swimming, and we're always, as we said in our little preview podcast, we always win a swag of gold, and we're always a chance in most events.
Yes, and then track happens.
And then track happens. Then we run out of steam, literally.
Successful. But I like watching the track because there's all these people that I have absolutely no idea about. Because swimming gets a pretty good rap, and they cover it a lot more than a lot of the other sports.
Yes, as we said, Gina Reinhart pumps a bit of money into it. But look, it's one of our national sports, isn't it? Like with cricket and AFL. To a certain extent.
Well, we are good at it.
We are good at it, and 90% of our population lives near water, so Australians do learn to swim, and we're bloody good at it.
I agree. Whether we're floating on top of it as well with old Jess Fox.
Yes, absolutely.
She comes from a very famous family.
She does. Her father, Richard Fox, was an Olympian, and so was her mother for France. Her mother's French.
Yeah, is dad English?
I think he might be English.
Yeah, I think he won 5 championships or something like that. He didn't mention anything about the Olympics. But
okay.
He won 5 championships.
He was commentating for her race there on Channel 9, and that was a nice little coup for them. But big background them in canoeing for the Fox family. Definitely, and she won her gold. She won, I think it was a silver or bronze in that event.
I think she's done a couple of bronzies and a silver.
But
she's been top for 10 years and hasn't taken out this one. So that's why it was so precious to her, I think.
It was, and in the end, she won it very easily. The one of the favourites, the only person who could knock her off, I think it was a German, hit one of the rods, whatever you like to call them, the obstacles, and lost 50 seconds. So she knew that she won it, but before that girl finished.
What was it? I was reading up, and then so she qualified last, like 8th for the final. So she was the last one in the qualifiers and the first one to get going in the final. So I tell you, I get it where they would do 8-1 because, you get better. But she put on such a score, the next 7 would have just been sweating. No wonder they're making mistakes.
Absolutely.
And holy,
the bar was set high.
It was pretty good that she came in, put that pressure back on them.
Yeah, definitely.
That's for sure.
Definitely. No, so that was a great gold medal for us. A surprising gold medal. I don't know whether it's surprising to you, but to me, Grace Brown in the cycling, we did say we are very good at cycling, but I didn't know about Grace Brown in the time trial.
Well, what I have to say, who is Grace Brown? So that's
who was Eddie Ockenden?
That's the thing. I know. You've still been practicing that.
Yep, Ockenden. Yeah. Brown's easier to say, but isn't it?
Maybe you got some practice because of the movie Oppenheimer. There you go. You're just onto it.
Oh, yeah. Did you watch that movie, by the way?
Yes, we did. I did. Saw it on the big screen.
Fell asleep about 4 times in that one.
Did you, mate?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's probably just a preview.
It was a bit slow.
It's just normal for you, isn't it?
Yeah. Oh, well.
Mate, I find out more about you talking to you on this bloody podcast than we do sitting there on the couch.
What do you mean sitting on the couch? Oh, together? Oh, okay.
Well, we are cozy.
Yeah, we are cozy.
It's important to, bond.
It is. Grace Brown, so she won the gold medal in the women's time trial.
Yep.
And I think she won by a minute and a half or something.
Easy a minute and a half. I was looking through second, third, sixth, that sort of thing, and they were all within 5, 10 seconds or 20. Like they were all bunched up tight, apart from her.
Yeah.
And she was like a minute 40 or whatever, and she overtook the German in the race too, I think. But she was just cruising. I think a lot of them went down because of the wet conditions. She just managed to keep on her bike. Yes.
Yeah, so what was the distance? The time trial distance?
Do you know what? I was actually talking to my old man, and he asked exactly the same thing, and I was going to find out, and I still don't know.
Yeah, okay. Well, we will find out. It's for her to win by 90 seconds, a minute and a half, well, it must have been a fairly decent sort of time trial. So, anyway, gold medal. That was our first gold medal. Mm-hmm. Our second gold medal
was our golden girl, really.
Yeah, the Terminator, Arnie the Terminator.
Yeah.
She beat the goat. Actually, the goat came third. The young Canadian girl.
Yeah, well, she's only 17 or something.
Yep, 17. Yeah, she came through Macintosh. Summer Macintosh, that's right. Very Canadian.
Summer Macintosh.
I think it was Summer Macintosh. I can't remember.
It's a freaking soapy name.
Yeah, well, it's American.
Beverly Hills 90210 with Summer Macintosh.
Page.
Yeah.
You know, they got those names. But yeah, look, great win in the heat of that, Ledecky, in the semi-final, I think it could have even been the Ledecky really put it to Ariana and just touched her out. But in the final, it was, the Terminator.
I thought it was only like 0.06 of a second in the...
Yep.
Yeah, they were expecting...
They were all three of them sort of swept up there, but it was fairly convincing in the when it counted in the final.
And of course, the 100-metre freestyle did well.
The 4x100.
Yeah.
Girls.
So that was our four. So Jess and then, of course, the four girls, Molly, Shayna, Emma and Meg.
Okay, the good thing there is a couple of things. I think that was our fourth consecutive 4x100, which is some sort of record for us anyway. I know that.
Very cool.
Now, a couple of those contestants in there, we went into the
Come on down
for
the gold medal.
Well, a couple of our swimmers in that race didn't race in any of the other...
They specialised.
Yeah, they specialised for the final. They kept them rested for the final, and that was Shayna, Jack, and I think it might have been Molly O'Callaghan.
That's not a bad way to get to the Olympics and see Paris, is it? You're going to get us
It is. You
go for one race, it's over on the second day, and away you go.
But the thing is, remember 5 years ago, Shayna, Jack had that positive drug test done, and she was banned for 2 or 3 years. So she denied it all along, and she was out for a couple of years. But I think she even took them to court. I can't remember, but in the end, that it worked out that she got off, but she did lose 2 years of her career or 3 years of her career. So she's come back really strong. Molly O'Callaghan is our gun 100-metre swimmer. I think she holds the world record in the 100, and two of the other girls who swam in the heats. Now, this is the very first Olympics that they've done it.
Switched it up.
The swimmers who swim in the heats also get a medal. Ooh. So those two girls that swam in the heats in place of Shayna Jack and Molly O'Callaghan also receive a gold medal. So does that mean we won 6 gold medals then?
Well, mate, I'll count them. Because bloody Japan's pipped us today.
They have.
So I'm still basking in yesterday's glory. We're on top, but only just. They got a bronzy, that's it.
We were on top of the world, weren't we? So it's now, so it's Japan 4 gold, 2 silver, 1 bronze. We've got 4 gold, 2 silver. Tonight we've got Ariana and Molly O'Callaghan in the 200-metre free, and that's at the very wee hours. They raced together in the semi, I think it was, and it was touch and go, very, very tight, but I think they were both definitely not exerting themselves, even though I think their times were like a second and a half better than anyone else.
Yeah, right.
They were well out there. So we really should have gold and silver in that one, for sure.
Yeah. I'm going to digress for a second. Right,
digress.
Well, there's a couple of digressions, but this one, I'm giving a shout out here to Kazakhstan, who are coming 8th.
Are they?
Yeah, 1 gold and 2 bronze. Yeah.
So
who would have thought?
What was the gold medal?
I think I'm a believer. I have no idea.
Is that where?
What the hell do they do there, man?
Is that where?
I don't even know what happens there.
I don't know. Well, you'd think
Kazakhstan. What do you do there on Saturday night?
Would have thought it'd be weightlifting or something, but we're no weightlifting yet.
Kazakhstan. And
that's not where Borat comes from. Is it where Borat comes from?
I think he might. Maybe is that what it was? The Mankini 50 metre.
50 metre Mankini.
Ball crusher. I don't know.
Well, it could have been. Well, I missed that one.
We'll have to look out. We'll have to find out what these.
We'll have to find out what Kazakhstan won.
Coming through on.
Because
it's probably only one competitor.
Could be diving. Diving. We were a bit unlucky in the diving. Did you see the diving the other night? In the synchronised...
Didn't someone slip?
Yes, she came on the wrong angle and...
Hold your feet.
We went off to the side of the springboard and no synchronisation there, that's all. And that really cost us at least a bronze or a silver. Only needed a half decent score and they would have got a silver or could have even got the gold. Now, I think the Chinese were way out in front, so it was for a silver and a bronze. But the rugby, the men's rugby sevens, we were very scratchy in the early games. We got through to the semi-finals for the first time. We came up against the
Fijians.
Flying Fijians.
They haven't been beaten in 10 years. Was it 10 years or something? They haven't been beaten
in 4 Olympics.
Until now?
Till now. You let the cat out of the bag then.
Well,
I was going to build it up, the tension.
Well, the French. The Frenchies, they're better at rugby than people realise. I mean, they get the accolades because of the soccer or football, whatever you want to call it. I won't go into that stuff, but they're very, very strong rugby nation as well.
Is very, very popular in France. I know a lot of guys who went over there and played in France and Italy in their club games and got paid a lot of money when it was an amateur sport. And France. Very, very strong in rugby, for sure. They've made a couple of World Cup finals. But in sevens, they haven't been going that well. And it's only since Antoine Dupont, who's their halfback and captain for their 15 side, their full test
famous
side,
name.
that he has come over and started playing sevens for them, and they've really gone up a level. And he came on as a reserve and came off the bench and really turned both games that he played in, the semi-final and the final. And, that was first time that the Fijians have been beaten in sevens in the Olympics.
Yeah.
The New Zealanders.
They do it pretty well.
Yeah, they play an exciting brand of rugby, very unpredictable. They're big, fast guys. And, there's no respite. They just toss that ball around. But the New Zealanders, they got beaten by South Africa in the quarterfinals. So, that's a religion in New Zealand, obviously, rugby. And they were all in tears at the end of the game. It was very, very disappointing for them. Obviously, a lot of pressure on the on anyone who plays rugby for New Zealand. But the very proud sevens tradition.
When I was over in Fiji last year, just, traveling around.
One of your jet setting.
I almost forgotten that one.
Yeah.
Almost forgotten that one.
Yeah.
And I was asking about it, and I said, well, obviously you're strong at sevens and so forth. And the guy said, well, the reason they're strong at sevens is because they brought in a new coach to get them more fit. So they run out of puff, the old Fijians. So that's why they're good at the sevens, but you don't hear that they're not as strong like on the, the main game, what do you want to call it?
Not as strong. They have improved in the 15-man-a-side game.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. I think they've done a fitness. They said they brought some fitness guru in.
Because, the fitness that you need for rugby sevens is incredible. Now, the girls, the women's, started last night. Australia got off to a fly with 2 big wins, one against South Africa and one against Great Britain, I think it was, with, is it Madison Levi? She scored 7 tries, I think, in the 2 games. She's a bit of a weapon out there on the wing. And, we're looking really good for some sort of medal, and hopefully it's a gold one in that. I think this semis will be played in the wee hours tonight, and then the final tomorrow.
It's all the wee hours, isn't it?
All the wee hours, it is.
Yeah.
It is.
Not at my age, I'm fine, but, you're obviously feeling it.
Well, when most of the finals are on, I'm usually getting up and going to work,
Really?
So, for sure. Yeah,
Shit.
For sure. I'm up at the crack of dawn.
Catching in your
Just don't
super,
tell
mate.
dawn.
Hey?
Yep.
Do you know what I want to talk about? That I did wake up in the middle because I left the bloody TV on, when you're trying to stay up and watch stuff. But I did. I woke up right when the Matildas started. So that was a game.
Yeah, well, they were very disappointing in the first game.
Oh, well, yeah, as I said.
3-0 went to Germany?
3-0, but they looked lost in that first game, I think. And once again, I'm not taking anything away. Just to play at that level is amazing, but they just didn't seem to quite have their plan or structure or something right. Which once again you can understand by a whole bunch of people coming together. But that second game, that Zambia, she was a real superstar for Zambia. I can't remember her name, but she scored in like 30 seconds. I thought, God, game on.
Yeah, I heard she's the highest paid women's soccer player in the world.
Yeah,
apparently,
she should be. She got a triple.
Hat trick.
Yeah.
Yep.
So that was a pretty good.
But just getting back to that first game, but the girls did cop a lot of flack on social media and everything in regards to the way that they're sort of probably handling social media and the media, being a little bit out there and not putting in the hard yards.
Yeah, well, they were getting a bit. Well, I mean, that could be a bit harsh. I mean, I'm having a bit of a thought of that. It's easy to go to that because they have been pumped up and everything. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, we've done that.
I mean, it's easy to make an assumption in that behalf. I think I don't know a lot of soccer. Like I get a little bit of it, but they just didn't seem structured. And the Germans are just a drilled machine, like Germans are.
And Germans teams are.
And
definitely.
I mean, they're a bloody good side. Yeah. And we've got the US in our pool, so arguably the number one team. So
yeah, I think Canada's ranked number one, but United States would be in the top 2 or 3.
They've won more World Cups than anyone, I think. United States.
Yes,
for the women's.
Yep.
And so it's a big game. But I have to say, I felt for the Zambia keeper. Like she let one go through her hands.
Yeah, I saw that one.
Yeah, so that hurt. But we made some good changes. We did some good changes, some substitutions, and it really paid dividends.
A lot of the goals, I did watch the highlights there.
Michelle Heyman, that was right.
A lot of the goals that the Zambians scored were sort of fluky sort of goals. That first one just over the top of our keeper's fingers and hit the bar and went in. Then another one was across the face of the goals and hit the post and went in. But we were down, what was it? 5-2 after 56 minutes we were down.
Yep. I mean, you don't even hear that many goals being scored in a game, let alone coming back.
Yep, exactly. And so girls did well, but whether or not we are a medal contender for that one, we'll have to wait and see when they play the United States.
Well, here's another thing. Like, they probably slipped under the radar a little bit, like we've been strong. I think it was the World Cup when we show what we could do, so people weren't underestimating anymore. They've done their homework, and it's obviously putting a lot more pressure on the team and the strategies and structure. So anyway, they came up against literally against all odds. So well done.
Yep, definitely. So we will have to wait and see what the story is there. But we've still got another, I think, 6 days of swimming to go. And I think the 1,500 metres heats are on for the men tonight or this morning again. And I do love that. It's a tactical race, and I'm not sure what contenders we've got in that. We certainly haven't got any Stephen Hollands or Grant Hackett's or Kieran Perkins swimming in the 1,500. But always as I say, a great tradition of swimming.
It is the coup de grace or whatever.
It is the coup de grace. For sure. And
on a lighter note, there was a swimming cap in the pool. Did you hear about this?
No, I didn't.
No. So one of the guys literally stripped off to his jocks. Was getting cheered by the whole crowd like some middle-aged guy, and he's jumped in his jocks to get this cap out. So really? That was a bit of light halftime entertainment. Weren't expecting that kind of thing. Well, it is France.
It is France. That's like France. A streaker.
Come to think of it,
streaker running across or invading the pitch in a sporting event. I suppose.
Moulin Rouge.
Yeah. Another thing, I think it's the Netherlands. Their swimming costume, and Donna did pick this up, my partner.
She got a mention.
Yeah, she got a mention. Yeah. The swimming outfit by the men's is sort of a bit of a two-tone thing, but it's quite a darker colour around the crotch area, and the outer legs or the short legs of the swimsuit very much a skin colour. So when they hop out of the water, it just looks like they're wearing a topless mankini.
Someone was saying that where they weren't impressed with the...
Yeah. Well, Donna wasn't impressed. She goes, oh, my God. Yeah, she said, who designed that?
Someone's having the last laugh.
Yeah.
Someone might be just having a good chuckle, so I can't believe I got away with that.
Yeah, they're getting some good exposure, probably, for their...
Oh, sounds like they're getting a lot of exposure, mate.
It looks like it.
Overexposure.
Yep, definitely.
Yes. We've had a couple, I'm just trying to find this, we've had a couple of, sort of hard losses or expectations. Said the skateboarder, she...
oh, yeah, that's right.
Yeah,
Chloe,
yeah, she's only 14. She's only 14 and... She had one good run, I think, but just kept coming off on the bar, whatever it is, they slide.
Yeah, well, look, I did watch that. She did look like she had a bit of nerves, but she is only 14, as you say. If she grabbed a medal, she would have been the youngest Australian to grab an Olympic medal of any sort, any colour, which surprises me a little bit because in the past we've had some very young swimmers competing and gymnastics,
but
we never did well
16.
in gymnastics.
Thought he was 16, wasn't he?
Well, I just remember, Shane Gould, 1972 Munich Olympics was 15 and then retired at 16.
You're a Gould believer, aren't you?
Gould believer. I do.
Gould on you.
Yeah, absolutely. So, but she was, I always remember a lot of the swimmers were probably retired by the time they were 20. We did notice last night there was quite a few who are now 26, 28, 29, 30 years old. So whether it's because they're actually earning a living out of it and that could be the difference, why they're hanging in the sports for so long. What do you think?
Well, I don't know.
It must be something to do with it.
Maybe.
Yeah. Yeah, because they are earning a living now. In the past, they would have had to rely on sponsorships and part-time job, to be an elite athlete now, it's a full-time job.
Or to have, you're right. To have that time, it's critical.
It's a bit like the NRL and the AFL guys. They used to back in the 70s and 80s and earlier. They all had part-time jobs. They were.
I was reading then. That's I was a bit blank.
Yeah, that's all right. But I'm used to you being blank.
I know, mate. I know. Like it just, I think you probably saw that I was like zoning out, and you lined me up. And bloody lined me up, mate.
I thought I'd throw one at you.
Well,
for sure.
I deserved it. Okay, I can own that.
So, swimming. We've got swimming for the rest of the week. The diving, I don't know whether we've got any other.
What about the drone scandal?
Okay, the drone scandal. I did hear something about this. That's right. Canada.
Withholding funding relating to women's soccer coach Bev Priestman.
They did. They sent a little spy drone.
They docked 6 points.
Yeah, and a fairly massive fine as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was just spying on other teams. That's what they were doing?
Well, yeah. So it was a closed training session, so you're not allowed to sneaky peek. Well, I'm sure everyone does.
Well, they didn't.
It's probably the greatest unwritten thing in history, isn't it? Everyone sneaky peeks into the training session.
Of course. You get the Channel 9 News helicopter hovering over the top, taking footage. And
what I want to know is how could they be, what happened? Did he have his name on it? Did she have a name on it? How would you know whose bloody drone it is?
Apparently it had a little maple stencil thing on it, maple leaf stencil.
Tell me you're not serious. No,
I'm not serious.
Bloody hell, but it wouldn't surprise me. What?
It fell down to the ground and had "Made in Canada" on it.
Oh, God, no, it fell under the ground. Poor thing.
No, I think they actually had a photo of someone controlling it. That's what they had. Someone else took a photo of someone controlling the drone that was heading off over the and spying. So, yeah.
Canada Soccer has said it was exploring how it could appeal the 6-point penalty. What, did they put another drone up to try to explore how to get their 6 points back? Come on, people.
So what 6 points did they lose? What was the 6 points they lost?
Well, maybe like 6 goals, is it? Or 6?
Well, I don't know.
What's a win?
Oh, that means that they're no chance.
Each win 3 points. 1 point for a draw, 0 for a loss.
So they've lost 6 possible Olympic points that they can accrue.
If it's like 3 points a win, might have to look that one up. Yep. Then they're going to have to win both games, aren't they, to qualify?
Okay, well, that's. I think if you lost 6 points, you're no chance. I would think.
So anyway, that's the end of that. Oh, here we go. Canada beat France 2-1 on Sunday night. After that, was it France I was spying on?
Not sure. We'll have to look more deeply into that one.
There you go, mate. I know you've been looking for that one, but I'm showing a man here the man who stripped down to his jocks, very colourful looking jocks.
It is. That looks like a Ken Doan sort of artistic work.
Anyone would think it was a setup.
Yeah, for sure.
It's better than the thing he rescued.
Yep.
And he's getting whistled. I love that.
Looks like one of those, what they call, not bad dad, but best bod sort of competitions they have.
What about the women's rugby sevens? So I was just reading, remember Madison Levi?
Yes.
Because we're watching.
She's the weapon,
just smashing it. She was playing AFL 9 weeks before her sevens debut in Tokyo. So she was playing, but you know, there are people who are just multi-talented.
Okay, what the Australian Women's Sevens Brains Trust have done over the last, I think, 6 to 8 years, they have put together a lot of information, I think, through the Australian Institute of Sport. I always have problems with that. The Australian Institute of Sport.
On people's stats.
And they do a whole heap of stats, and they go out and look at other sports for people with these attributes.
Yeah, okay.
And they've converted some people who are even rowers into rugby players. And they would have identified Madison there as a possible candidate for it, because she is a big, strong girl and she's got a lot of speed and she can leap.
Technology. I mean, the good old days. So, for example, AFL, you go and pinch the basketballers.
Yep.
And leagues obviously pinch union and so forth. So there's a whole sort of range of that. But this is obviously using the data to really
that's what they've done.
To pinpoint.
And they've done that more in
I think that's smart.
It is real smart. And they've turned like hockey players or runners into rugby players, and then they train them, they teach them the basic skills, drill them methodically on it, and virtually teach them how to play the game. But what they want is that athlete. They're after that athlete.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
It's a score of 69 World Series tries this year. Sets across the line with every second touch.
That's unbelievable.
Pretty freaking amazing, isn't it?
Now, you're saying crosses the line every second touch.
Mm-hmm.
So
on Sunday, she bested that. Rarely tackled as she finished off good work from playmaker Kaslik and speeds to...
Kaslik.
And
she's the captain.
Faith Nason, Tia Hines. There you go.
That's an incredible
strike rate. And assist plays as well. I don't know, I'm giving Levi a bit of a plug, but when just seeing that game and just seeing how dominant... They don't... unlike the men, obviously, the sevens, you've got to be a bit more athletic because there's a lot more speed to the game. But those girls are very, very athletic. You can see how they play AFL, rugby, they've got that physique, which is fitness as well as tough.
Well, as we said before, with rugby sevens, it's only for 14 minutes, but you're performing at probably 85 to 90% of your capacity for those 14 minutes. You only have a 2-minute break, so 7 minutes on, 2-minute break, 7 minutes on again, and you the lactic acid would be just going crazy. You can see just how quickly some players fatigue. It's a very aerobic sport. And, you got to have a lot of strength, speed and stamina. So pulling someone from AFL is not a bad move, because that's a very aerobic sport as well, obviously. Yeah,
well, it's an all-rounder. When I was looking at them, you've got to have that fitness as well. It's not just...
Definitely.
Because there's less players.
Yep.
It's, obviously more important.
Yep. All right, so we'll just wind up. As we said, we're on top of the gold, equal with Japan, but they just tip us out with we've got 2 silver as they do, but they've got their bronze, so that's after 2 days, which is a good start for us. I think in the last Olympics, I think we won 17 gold from memory, and I think 9 of those are in the pool.
17 definitely rings a bell.
Yeah. Now, just while we're on... I was about to wind that up, but I just thought of Kaylee McEwen. She took her...
she was a bit emotional.
She was very emotional, but she was a member of that relay. She won her 8th gold.
Yeah.
And she went past Ian Thorpe as the most gold medalist by an Australian athlete at the Olympics, by the way. So,
they interviewed Thorpe about it.
Yeah, well, Thorpe was on the... he was one of the commentators.
Yeah.
He's a pretty ordinary commentator. He was a good swimmer. Very ordinary.
He's got the name.
He's got the name. But, so that's a monumental achievement by, Kaylee McEwen.
I'm glad you remember that one. That's,
Yeah.
She often flies under the radar because she's so humble.
Yeah. I mean, she's 29 years old too. You forget how long some of these athletes have been around for. And there you go. Oh,
At the ripe age of 29.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
Well, as I said
Olympics.
before, like...
Could be 4.
Well, she's gone to 4 Olympics.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Probably
for sure.
tail ending, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like
definitely. 4 years could be, is 12 years.
Yeah.
Is 4 Olympics is 12 years.
Yeah.
So... Yeah, 16 to 17, whatever. Yeah. But anyway, look, we'll wind this one up. Hopefully we can do another one next week and tell about plenty more gold that we've won.
Yeah, and I did want to mention there was something before we didn't say, but you know how you said that the reserves or the people who did the swimming still get a medal?
Yes.
I wanted to raise that with football, all right, whatever code, whether it's the ring or the medal. If a player's played 20-odd games or something for the season and goes out because he's injured or something like that, should they get a medal if they win the premiership? Not just the guys on the field at the time.
I know what you're saying. Yeah. Well, look,
just food for thought. Food for thought.
Food for another podcast, probably that one.
I think so.
I think that's a good point. I'm not so sure. I think it's... I'm sort of thinking off the top of my head here that, just should be for the guys the squad that plays, 17 in NRL. And what's the squad in, is it 22 in?
22 plus a sub, yeah.
Plus a sub, yeah. But, food for another podcast. We'll wind this one up. But, so hopefully go Australia, Aussie. That's it. Nice. Well done, mate.
It drives me nuts, Safi.
It does. It's pretty ordinary, isn't it? But
where was that? Come on, Aussie, come on, something like that.
Oh, yeah, that's a classic.
That musical.
One. That's a classic. That's,
oi, oi, oi. I go like
and a great film clip to go with that. Come on, Aussie, come on.
True.
But, who thought of the Aussie? That's from the swimming, isn't it? I think from years ago.
I have no idea. I first heard it at tennis, but that's only because I was listening to tennis. I was watching tennis.
But I definitely remember it from the swimming, and it was probably more of a chant from the team itself. And they probably, because they couldn't think of any other lyrics, so they just made up what came off the top of their head.
Yeah.
Aussie. But anyway, we're winding up.
We are.
We're winding up.
Bloody hell.
Jordan's just about to fall off his chair. And,
bloody hell. Yeah, it just kills me, that one.
Disgust.
Kills me, that one.
Look, we'll catch you next time. We'll try and do another little podcast fairly quickly. And
if you didn't hear us, you don't know what you're missing.
That's it. Tell your friends. If you didn't hear us, tell your friends.
That's right.
They might hear us.
That's right. Yeah.
It's good night for me.
See you later.